Welcome to part 8. So we have finished constructing our business directory, and now we want to embed it on a page or post. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and it's really straightforward. The first thing you need to do is from inside the View editor, go ahead and copy this GravityView embed shortcode here. It should be on the right, just above the update button. All you need to do is click in the box, and then you can right-click copy, or you can click Control-C or Command-C on a Mac. So now that you've got that, you can go ahead and create a new page or post. So we'll hover over Pages and click Add New. Alright, so I'll first show you how to do this in the WordPress block editor, which I'm sure most of you are using by now. So it's really simple, just give your page a name. Then click on this plus icon to add a new block. And you're going to want to select the shortcode block. If you don't see it here immediately, you can just search for it here in the search bar. Alright, now all you need to do is paste the GravityView shortcode inside the shortcode block. Okay, there we go. And we'll update, or we'll publish our page. And let's view it on the front end. Alright, there we go. As you can see, we've got our business directory here, embedded on a brand new page. So next, I'll show you how to do this using the classic editor. Alright, so this time we're in the classic editor. We'll give our page a title. And now you can see just above the text editor here, there's actually an Add View button. So just click on that. And as you can see, it opens a new window here, and you need to select the view that you want to embed from the drop-down menu. Okay, so as you can see, after selecting a view, there's a whole bunch more settings that appear here. And all of these settings are the same as you'll find in the view settings, which we covered in the previous lesson. So you've probably already configured these, but if you want to override the settings that you configured in the view settings, you can configure them here, and the settings that you choose here will apply to the view that you're embedding on this page only. So, for example, let's change a couple of these settings here. Alright, so as you can see, this shortcode is a lot longer than the previous one that we embedded. And that's because it's taking into account the settings that we just configured. So you can see we've got different parameters corresponding to the different options that we chose. So again, if you want to learn more about the GravityView shortcode, check out the link in the additional resources. It's a really powerful shortcode. There's a lot you can do. As you can see, there's a lot of different parameters to configure. We've got some good documentation showing you all the things that you can do with it. So if you'd like to learn more, check out that article. Alright, so now that we've got our view here, we can click Publish. And we'll check it out on the front end. Alright, there we go. So we've got our business directory here. So that is how to embed your view using the Gutenberg editor or the classic editor. If you're using a page editor like Elementor or Divi, it's equally as simple. All you need to do is copy the shortcode, and you can paste it into a text module or paste it into a code module, and it should work in the exact same way. Okay, so now that you know how to embed a view on a page or post, let's have a look at the GravityView WordPress widgets. Okay, so start off by heading to the widgets page in WordPress. So hover over Appearance and click Widgets. And here you'll see that GravityView adds 2 widgets to WordPress. So that's the recent entries widget and the search widget. So let's check out the search widget. We'll just drag it into our sidebar here. Oops, there we go. And if we open it up, so as you can see, we need to add a title here. So we'll say something like search entries. Now we have to select a view. So this will be our business directory. And now here, if our view is embedded on a page and we want to perform the search on the embedded view, we can add the page ID in here. And I'll show you how to find that now. Alright, so to find the ID of the page or post where your view is embedded, all you need to do is edit the page or post and then check the URL in your browser at the top, and you should see post.php with a question mark, post equals, and then a number. Now that number is the ID of the page or post, and that is the number that you need to put into the search widget. Okay, so we'll put our page ID in there. Here we can choose if we want to show the clear button or not. Here we can set the search mode to match any field or match all fields. And then finally, here is where we can add our search inputs. So you've probably noticed this search widget is basically the same as the widget in the view. It works in the same way, except you can place this widget in the sidebar, in the footer, or any other widget area on your site, allowing you to search a view from anywhere on your website. Alright, so let's add some search fields. Let's add the business name. And we'll also add the city. There we go. Okay, so I'll save that. And now let's check out the home page. Here it is, and if we scroll down, as you can see, we've got a search widget here in our sidebar, and that allows us to search entries. So let me search here. And there we go. As you can see, it's brought up Marco's Cafe and Veggie Cafe. So now let's have a look at the GravityView Recent Entries widget. There we go. Alright, so again, we can give it a title. The default title is Recent Entries, that's alright. So the next thing to do is select a view. So if I click on this drop down, I can see all my views here, and I'll select my business directory here, find a restaurant or cafe. And again, if our view is embedded on a page or post, we can add the page ID here. So feel free to do that. Here we can choose the number of entries to show. So if you want to show the most recent 10 entries, you would just leave that as is. If you wanted to show the most recent 5 entries, we can just change that. Alright, so now we can add the entry link text. So this is the actual text of the link that'll take the user through to that particular entry. So here, as you can see, you can use merge tags as well to pull in certain information from the entry. So what we can do here is add the business name merge tag like that. And then in this box here, we can add some text or HTML to display after the link, but that's optional. Alright, so everything's looking good. Let's save that. And we'll check it out on the front end. And here we go. If we scroll down, you can see we've got recent entries, Marco's Cafe, Napoli Cafe, Veggie Cafe. Yeah, and the reason it's only showing 3 there is because our view only contains 3 entries at the moment. But if we click on one of these, as you can see, it takes us through to the single entry page for that particular entry.